index still works. The world is correct. Good fucking morning, everybody. I totally didn't forget to tweet. You did. Good morning. I apologize for being 30 minutes late and a little bit extra because I had to clean the dogs off. The mud in Colorado is something else. I just have to say, it is like this I was literally gonna bust a nut, like a nut in a bad way this morning if I didn't vacuum. It's balls of mud this big come off my dogs, and they're just everywhere, and I can't take it. I had to clean. I had to do it. Apologize, but kind of don't. It just had to happen. So the house is clean-ish. That's something. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Lego Sunday. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Voodoo. Good morning, Nicktastic. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Taco. Good morning, Delphinus. Good morning, Cocky. If I missed anyone, good fucking morning. Should we cheers? I cleaned my bong a little bit. I cleaned my bowl a lot of bit, though. Where's my grinder? It's right in front of me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I have Southern clay. Southern clay is real bad, too. This stuff, it's not like clay. It's like silt. It's like sand mud. So it just balls up into these little annoying balls of nonsense. And it's literally, I mean, I have a Dyson and it almost breaks my Dyson. Your Dyson can fucking suck up a toothbrush and it will bend it in half and get it into the tank. But this mud, it's something else and it drives me fucking crazy. At least, dude, Kel, honestly, like I'm in the same 100, I need to grind up weed. I'm 100% in the same boat. Like, where's the weed? There it is. Last night I was just standing on the front porch in the misty rain and it was so cool and just like lovely. It feels like fall, but the mud is the worst. Ugh, it just sticks. Dude, this weed is beautiful. The Sweeties number 7. Good morning, Taco Existential. How you doing, Honeybean? Good morning, We Railed. How are you, love? How are you all doing? I hope you had a fabulous night. I accidentally took a nap last night. I didn't mean to. I was, reorganizing things as I do. I was going through my sock drawer and, like, reorganizing all my socks and making sure getting rid of ones that I'm never going to find the pair for or whatever. And I just passed out. And so I ended up staying up until, like, 1 in the morning. Because I just couldn't sleep because I was not tired. That sucked. So I'm a little wiry, but that's fine. 71 here. Dude, it was 52 yesterday here. It felt so nice. It was just like glorious, chilly, fall, crispy weather. It was so nice. It's such a nice reprieve because like Kel said, like this summer, I mean, it hasn't been the worst in terms of like, we didn't have a lot of fire smoke. I wasn't like choking to death on fire smoke or anything, but the heat just never let up. Like we were going days, weeks of just 100 degrees and it wouldn't let up at nighttime. Like it would drop to like 95 at nighttime and that was it. It was just like, you feel sick when you walk into it. It's not nice heat because it's so dry and it's so intense. You just feel like your body gets sapped in a second. You're just like, no, I'm going back inside. I hate this. Well, water will kill any vacuum motor. Well, I don't suck it up if it's wet mud. I would never do that. Well, unless you have a shop vac. Isn't that technically supposed to be for wet stuff? Shop vacs? I don't have one. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, it's like rocks. I think that's why it is. Like the shit dries into clumps like this big and then the vacuum's like, that's a rock. I'm not sucking a rock up. I'm like, it's not a rock. So I literally like to fucking vacuum my house. I have to sweep my carpets first. What the fuck? It makes me feel like, when you have a shitty dishwasher and your parents are like, you have to wash the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher. And you're like, what is the fucking point of the dishwasher then? I can feel that way with my carpets. Shop vacs can do water. That's what I thought. I don't have one of those, but I don't it's not that big of an issue. My Dyson usually deals with everything pretty well. Had a mini breakdown and got on a crisis chat thing. They asked what I enjoyed doing, and when I said helping people, they tried to get me to pay them $250 to take a class to work for them for free. What? I'm going to read that one more time because my brain didn't take it in. Had a mini breakdown, got on a crisis chat thing. They asked what I enjoy doing, and when I said helping people, they tried to get me to pay $250 to take a class to work for them for free. Wow. Ne- th- okay, so I was literally going to ask you. So for those of us who are suffering in crisis or going through a crisis moment, stay away from I'm Alive hotline. Because apparently they try to get you to pay for money when you're trying to not live. What the fuck? Oh my God. Pro tip, take the air filter out of the shop vac before vacuuming water. You can actually just vacuum water with that. That's amazing. Water through the shop vac motor is still not the best. I mean, I feel like if I had a flood, like a vacuum would not be my first thought, my first option that would come to mind, but that's just me. Just smoked most of the bowl before Cocky joined me. That's fine. I'll smoke with Cocky because I have I'll smoke with Mr. Cocky because I have a full bowl and I just ground up. It's the new strain. It's Sweeties. What is it? The Sweeties. I got 2 different strains of Sweetie in them and I didn't mean to do that. This one's The Sweeties number 7 by 710 Labs. The big boy package. I didn't know you could actually like. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. It just doesn't seem like a good idea for an electric motor to suck up water, but you never know. Panic Switch says, my buddy cleans his house before his maid comes to clean his house. He cleans his house before the maid comes to clean his house? Isn't that kind of insulting to the... Does she have anything to do? Do they have anything to do? I shouldn't say she. That's gender assumption. Do they have anything to do? I mean, that's their job. The fuck? Wow. Okay. Cheers to not that. Maid. I have a funny story. When I was dating a guy in college who, you know, was kind of prudish, whatever. And I dressed up in like a naughty French maid outfit and came into the living room because I wanted to fuck. And he was playing Madden and he did this. Never in my life have I felt shittier. Cheers to not that. Holy balls. The only thing I can come up with is like if he's ashamed of how dirty his house is before the maid shows up. But like that's their job. I mean, I'm not saying like make a huge mess and be like, maid, do your job. But seriously, it'd be like me being called to set up a ventilator and someone already set up a ventilator. I'd be like, why did I come here? Why did you call me to this room? I have shit to do. The fuck? What? I know, right? I've never forgot that. That was the weirdest. Like that fucked with my brain a lot. Not that, I believe that everything should be stopped instantaneously for me. I'm not that kind of person. But like when I dress up in a dirty maid outfit and I like come out and do a little dance and quite clearly I'm not wearing underwear, to do that for Madden, like Madden, it it's possible. It hurt me inside. That's all I have to say. I don't like Madden. I have like I'm very anti Madden. What's a lemon? I don't know. I don't get anything wet. What up, Rod? How are you, love? Good morning, Bear. How are you? Those houses are crazy. Which ones? The ones where people like make a disgusting mess? I mean, if he wasn't in the mood, he should have been more sensitive and had you wait for him for a bit without being a shithead. 100%. Well, he was never in the mood. He didn't like. It feels horrible to say it out loud because it feels like it's a ding on me. He didn't like fucking. Just wasn't a priority of his. Straight up. It was weird. I tried my best. You can only go so far. I'm not glut, honestly. I've thought about whether or not I was like, I've thought about whether or not he was asexual. He was one of those dudes who was very like toxically masculine. Like before that was even a term, toxic masculinity was even a term. He was very much that. So he was like had to be like cool and a bro and like super like whatever, but like wasn't into fucking. No shame on ace people, but like don't date a nymphomaniac if you're ace. It's just not kind. The fuck? I don't know. I've thought about it many times. Funny story. After we broke up, he dated a girl named Katie who had my exact birthday right afterwards. And when they broke up, she hunted me down and found my Twitch channel, and she became a fan and wrote me a message on Twitter and was like, wow, I became your fan, and all I wanted to do was figure out what was wrong with me and what was so perfect about you. And I was like, whoa. Whoa, that's some deep shit I don't want to get into right now. Cruel and unusual, very much so. I know someone here that cleans beach vacation homes. She just dust vacuums them. She doesn't pick any clutter up. I mean, I would do what you're if she's not required to. Fuck that. I wouldn't either. Truthfully, I would clean up a bit too, but also don't know if I should hire a maid and not feel guilty about it. My brain screams I shouldn't be lazy and just clean, even if it was I didn't have time, have money, the thing. Blah. I'm same. Even if I had the money for a maid, I don't think I could get one. I don't think I could. Like, I would feel so existentially guilty. Like, I had 15 minutes. I could have vacuumed. I could have done some dishes. Like, I could have done whatever. But I kind of enjoy cleaning. Like, thank you, Kemp. I should. Not in a psycho way, but like for instance, on days where I have therapy, I tend to clean the house, and it like doing the physical act of cleaning the house lets me like metabolize my therapy appointment. I don't know. I kind of enjoy cleaning. It's like a small hit of I did something. You know, just like that little, like, I was productive today. Even if it was something small, like just doing the dishes, I get that little, like, I did something. Whereas, I don't know if I would feel very good just paying. That being said, you are creating jobs. You'd be like Monica and Friends following the maid around. I would. I'd be like offering to help. It would be horrible. Horrible. That, and I, like, this is actually a conversation Zach and I had right when I moved in that is very pertinent to this. Like, I clean like a lot. Like, I clean the floors and stuff pretty much every day. And not because I feel like I have to. It's part of my routine. I like to have clean floors, so I just do it. And it doesn't take very long. And Zach, I can't remember what exactly he said to me. It was something along the lines of, does it bother you that I don't clean as much or as thoroughly as you do? And I mean, I didn't even think about it before I said it, but it's the truest statement I've ever said out loud. I was like, to be fair, even if you cleaned, I'd go over it. And not because you did a bad job. I just have to know I did it. Like, if I do it, I know it was done. But if you did it, I don't know what corners you got in. And it's not that I'm judging. I just want the corners done. I like that I can lick my floorboards. You know what I'm saying? To be fair. So, yeah, that's just me, though. That's, like, my memories of my mom are her on her hands and knees cleaning things. Like, that was her, like, de-stressing, too. So I think I just picked it up that way. I don't know. It's weird. I have mobility issues and could probably get a maid for discount. I would still feel dirty doing it. I mean, if you honestly are breaking your body to clean, you need it. You deserve it. Our house cleaner is basically a family friend. My friends went to her wedding. That's amazing. I love that. I know tons of people who have a maid. I think that's amazing. You're creating jobs. And honestly, like, if I didn't have anything else to do, I'd probably apply to one of those Merry Maid services. I'd love to do that. To, like, clean shit is fun. It's like a transformation, kind of. You're creating jobs. Like, it's just, I think a lot of us, like, have that guilt. Like, weird guilt. Like, well, should I use that half hour of spare time I had to sit down and relax or do dishes and then just pass out of exhaustion in bed? You know. Of dust bunnies and old skin. God, it's so gross. So much dead skin. Brazil is weird. Domestic work here is prevalent and dirt cheap. Really? Do they make a good living, though? The people who work in domestic work? Even though it's like dirt cheap for people to pay for it to be done, you know? What up, BDO? Good morning. How are you doing around floorboards? You mean like the wood flooring? It's a fucking nightmare. If that's what you're asking. It's just a nightmare. I get on my hands and knees and do it with my hands. Why? Bill's got emotions this morning, apparently. Dude, my boobs look fertile. These are period boobs, my dude. Tuck them up. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I have real wood floors in the kitchen, which, why the fuck anyone puts real wood where all the water is happening? I don't know why, but I literally have to get down with, like a chopstick and run it along the cracks of the floorboards to, like, get the shit out because nothing gets it out. And I do that. Yeah. I won't lie. I definitely do it. Not all the time, but, like, shit builds up. I just sit crisscross applesauce on the floor with a chopstick, and it's kind of like, I feel like a paleontologist, like, dusting, you know, bones, but I'm, like, carving sand out of my wood floors. Salvia. Holy shit.
How has it been 25 months? No way has it been 25 months.
That's 2 years and change, bitch. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive and giving native swings. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Lord. Luker, good morning. How are you? My mom did that when growing up. Clean over my chores. It was super insulting when I was a child, but I understand now why. My mom wouldn't, which was weird, but I definitely would. And it's no, like, it's not, I'm not like, if Zach cleans something, I'm not like standing behind him waiting to re-clean it. It's just like, at the end of the day, when I would normally clean the floors, I wouldn't take into effect like, oh, Zach swept today. I would just redo it because then in my mind, I know it's done. It's probably a psychosis. I don't fucking know, but my floors are clean. Fucking Crispy and I have talked about this before. It's really just because I like to walk around barefoot. Like today I have these fucking house shoes on and I hate this because there's little mud balls everywhere. Even though I vacuumed the fuck out of my house, it's everywhere. And I want to fucking walk around barefoot and not step on something sharp and mysterious. Or feel like gritty shit on my feet. I'm just a barefoot beach. But I can't today, and that I just can't. I will clean the floors today. They will be great. But I vacuumed the shit out of it, so it's not cracking me out right now. I'm fine. Can never have enough wood. Amen. To be fair, we got the cleaner when my dad was on home dialysis, and we just kept her on. It works because we don't need to clean the bathrooms anymore. I mean, seriously, Cocky, and you have a family. You guys both work. Like, I feel like it's different when it's all circumstantial. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have all the time in the world because you have children and things, multiple, like, other people's children to care about and shit like that. Whereas, like, I work from home, I live at home, I leave my house to buy drugs. Like, that's it. So, if I got a maid, they would be here while I'm here. And I would be just sitting here watching them, and I would feel bad. I would help. I wouldn't be able to do it. Honestly, though, a maid really wouldn't probably have much to do in my house. I do clean it pretty often. The bathroom would be nice not to clean, but what are you going to do? I'd probably still clean it. My brain tells me people need to get paid, and if I had the budget, they would want the money, but my brain is still do a clean, be you lazy, right? Maybe that's what your friend does. That's why they clean before the maid comes in. It's like they're lazy. It's like their brain's like, don't be lazy, clean the house. And then the maid comes in and is like, God damn it. Fuck, guess I'll just sit in the car. My mom would just scream at me until she was happy with it. That's basically what my mom would do. It wasn't, my mom never yelled, but it was like the just disappointment, silent treatment until it was up to her standards. My stepdad, however, was like the complete opposite. My stepdad he doesn't do anything, any chores or anything. Like my mom still packs him a fucking sack lunch every day. But he would come after us, all the kids, if we made work for my mom in some way, shape, or form. So like, if I got up late in the morning and left my cereal bowl in the sink and I didn't put it in the dishwasher, I would find it in my bed that night. So I would go to school all day, then go work, and then I'd come home at 11 o'clock at night from that whole day, and there'd be a cereal bowl with milk in it and a fork or a spoon in my bed. Like in the bed, like made into the sheets. And he would do that for anything he found around the house. If you left nail clippers on the couch, you would find them in your bed. Forks, anything. Like he'll, instead of just like, and can I just outline that my house was 3 stories and it was huge. It was a 3-story like hexagon, I think, that my dad designed. My bed was in the basement. So he had to go from this side of the hexagon, get the dish out of the sink, and instead of just turning 6 inches and putting it in the dishwasher, he took it across the entire hexagon, went down 2 flights of stairs, went across the hexagon again into my bedroom to tuck it into my bed. Who's the problem in this situation? You tell me. My dad's insane. Bless his heart. I deep cleaned our hardwood floors. I'm going to be doing that too. It's like it's like a game though. I always watch the weather. I'm like, is it still muddy? Because seriously, like, it is so not worth me getting down and doing like the gritting out of the wood floors if it's still muddy. Because as much as I clean their feet, they have webbed feet. They're going to bring shit in. And in 2 seconds, it's going to be disgusting again. So it's like, I wait until it's the end of the day, probably the last time they're going to go out for the night. And then I sit down and I like carve into the floors and clean the fuck out of them. But I can't do it during the day because it's just pointless. It will be destroyed immediately. Wood, because tile's hard to walk on, you should get a steam spray cleaner. You know, I got one of those. I got one that's kind of like that. It's a carpet shampooer, like a hand shampooer with a hose and everything. But it has a mode where you can like steam excuse me, the cracks of your wood floor. I just haven't bought the cleaner. Like, it has a specific soap you use for wood floors and not for carpet clean. But I have one and I just haven't used it yet. Thank you for reminding me of that. I've had this forever. I just forgot it was supposed to be for that too. I have a bunion, thanks ballet retail job, so I have to wear shoes. I get actually like, I think because I'm such a barefoot, like, wild child my whole life, I get like a horrible cramp in the arch of my foot if I wear shoes for too long or if I stand in shoes for too long. Like, just, casual shoes. If I'm wearing running shoes, I'm fine because they're like built for it. But I'll get like in my right foot especially, and I don't know why, the arch of my foot will just get, I'll just be standing there like doing dishes, and all of a sudden I'll get this fucking intense Charlie horse in the middle of my foot, and my whole foot will start to curl, and it's just because I'm wearing shoes. I just gotta take my shoes off. Suddenly I'm better. It's fucking weird. It's not too different nowadays. You come home from work and you find Zeke in the bed. This is true. With dishes and food everywhere. We do a big cleaning once a month or so as a family. I wish we would have done that. My mom really did all the cleaning. She would just do it most of the time. And if she gave us a project, it was like we were guilted until it was done. But then she'd just redo it anyways. It's dad logic. I'll help you learn to put things in the dishwasher, even if it requires cutting off your nose to spite your face. That is dad logic to a fucking T. But to be fair, he gave me great ammo when I went to college. Like, when I lived in the dorms, we used to all play pranks on each other. I think I've told you guys this story. There was one guy in my dorm who, he was this spoiled, rotten rich bitch from Mercer Island. And he would prank everyone. Like, one day I woke up, opened my dorm door, and the entire doorway had been duct taped. So I had to, like, sit there with an X-Acto knife and, like, chisel my way out of my door. He would do shit like that. Or, like, one time he got a shit ton of dishes from the dining hall and filled all of our beds with dishes, similar to my stepdad. So one time, all of us got together and we're like, we're fucking getting this bastard. He pranks all of us all the time. Like, I've been late for class so many times because this fuck, like, duct tapes my laptop to the ceiling or something. And so all we did was we went in his room and we're like, okay, how can we fuck with him in an innocent way? And he had this giant, like, jar of pennies. So we went around his room meticulously and placed pennies face up on every single surface in the entire dorm room. And then we put meat spin on his computer. Because everybody put meat spin on your computer back then. That was all there was. We put meat spin on his computer. And I shit you not, he came home from class and we were all like in our dorms with our ears to the walls, like waiting. He just started crying, never said a thing, cleaned up the entire thing, and never spoke to us again. And he was like, this kid abducted me one time for a week to Mercer Island while I was drunk. Like, we were tight. Not that that's a good thing. Don't abduct your tight friends. But we were, like, tight. And that was it. That was, like, talk about not being able to eat your own medicine. Holy shit. What a poon. Little flappy foreskin, I'm saying. I'm literally barefoot 24/7. Yay, neuropathy. I am a lot of the time, Mishy. I'm right there with you. Not because of neuropathy, but, like, when I was a kid, my dad used to, like, flick my feet and call me leather feet because the entire bottom of my foot was just, like, a callus. Just a pad callus because I just lived barefoot, going outside all the time, running in the woods. Yeah, it was, they're not that bad anymore, but I can still walk on big gravel barefoot. Dad can't confirm. Is it like a thing that happens when you become a dad, or is it like you just like keep it in your bank forever, and then once you become a dad, you're like, oh, I'm so excited to use all this shit I've been waiting to use for so many years? Or does it, like, once you become a dad, all of a sudden you're like, I am troll? Is it like a button? Wait, seeking Christian roommate mean? I would assume, like, Christian values. I wouldn't. I can't wear flip-flops. Flip-flops and, like, slides and shit like that, they kill my feet. I have oddly fun and great memories of doing fall spring cleaning with my mom. We would wash the walls because the northern oil heating and the cigarette smoke. We had to clean my grandma's house one time, and there was so much cigarette smoke on the walls. My mom never, like, it's really weird. Like, when I was a kid, I would see sitcoms and stuff where, like, moms would teach their kids how to cook and, like, bake with them and do things with them. My mom just instructed us, but she never did anything with us. We never had, like, group activity. It wasn't like, we're going to do this now. It was like, I'm going to do this and you're going to go do that. I was so jealous of these kids in sitcoms. Like, your mom, like, baked with you? I was just told to bake, and when it was wrong, I was yelled at. But I think that's reality, right? That's the way most of us were. Ollie just gifted a fucking tier 3 sub to Dino. Thank you so much for gifting a tier 3 sub in the channel, you crazy pants. I appreciate you. Dino, make sure to refresh the channel and you don't have to suffer ads for 3 months. Fuck. Hell yes. Oh, it's so dry, I know. You know, I'd never had a nosebleed in my life before I moved here, and I've woken up randomly with 2 nosebleeds. Just out of nowhere. It's like dad mode activated, right? Like the baby comes out and you're like, bum, 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 bum. Dad jokes. 100%. Oh, so this is why my dad did this. You know what's funny? Even though I don't have we don't have kids, Zach does dad shit all the time. Like, we don't have children, we don't want children, we have dogs. But I watch him do things, and like his facial expressions just while he's like doing yard work or something, and I'm like, oh, he's a dad. It happened. I think it just starts to happen. Like, not maybe as strong or to the extreme, but it's definitely there. The dad, like, what did he do the other day? I was outside doing something in the yard, and he's like, babe, come here. There's something in the window. And he just sprays me with the hose from the sink straight in my face. Like, I was like, oh, what is it? Thinking there's a spider in the window. Nope, just walking, just straight in my face. He's I think dad is like a hormone that happens at one point. And like, if you don't have kids, whoever you're around becomes the child. You just fucking get sprayed in the face. I do it to him back, to be fair. Like, I'm not upset. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. Oh my God. No. That took me. Did you watch my brain just move, Sales? I felt it like wrinkle. Oh, I'm gonna cheers. Yep. Morning. That took shamefully long. It's fine. That was shameful. Yesterday, Sales fucked me for the rest of my life. For those of you who didn't get to come by yesterday, did you know that the words that the phrase Pacific Ocean, all the C's in it are pronounced differently? Pacific Ocean. All the C's are pronounced differently, and I can't stop thinking about it. I just want you to know that, Sales. I woke up thinking about it. Pacific Ocean. Ocean. Why? Rue and Death by Snoo Snoo. Oh my God. Can I play that? Or is that oh no, it's got Technologic in the background. I can't. Oh my God. Glut sent me a fucking GIF last night. A D&D GIF. And it's got very, very quietly in the background you hear like buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, fix it, stop, format it, you know, blah blah blah. But it's like this fucking like stacked Amazonian woman walking to the beat of it, and then this little tiny version of her, it looks like, I don't know, another little D&D character just starts chanting Death by Snoo Snoo to the beat of this. And I've probably rewatched this 5-second TikTok 100 times. Boom, 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 boom. Death by Snoo Snoo. Death by Snoo Snoo for the rest of my life. And that's on you. Seriously, I don't have an excuse. I wish my brain was fried. That just took me a lot of seconds, and I'm ashamed. CJ, happy Sunday, love. Cheers, and how are you? Titties, penis, how are you doing? Dude, the whale blowing up video, the woman in the background. I can't, never in my life did I think my story about my mom fist fucking an anemone would lead us to, now, Fred, you can take your hands out of your ears or whatever. Oh my God. Are those pieces of, I just cannot with that. That was some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. I think I busted a rib laughing at that yesterday. It's short enough, it should be good, actually. You think so? Dude, I'll totally, I mean, and it takes a minute. You can barely hear the actual Technologic in the background. I hear it because I love that song. Like, my brain goes, ding, 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 ding. You know that song. But I'm gonna risk it. I've watched it so many times. It's kind of entrancing. It's just a cartoon, but I mean, animation's hot. Shut up. I've watched it so many times. It's a little shameful, but honestly, it's just hold on. TikTok and its autoplay likes to haunt me because I trash talk it all day. I have my fingy on. I can't. It's like the beat of the song. It's got a little bit of Technologic in the background that you can barely hear, which is one of my favorite songs, which makes it even more addicting. And then hips. That chick might be more badass than She-Hulk. Man, can you imagine being even like able to dream of attaining that level of musculature? I'm excited if a bone pokes out, I'm gonna be honest. That's amazing. What kind of character is that? Do you know anything about that character, Glut? Both of them, actually. Death by Snoo Snoo isn't a bad way to go. I wouldn't complain. I don't think anybody would complain. To Boob Holla. Boob Holla sounds dope. If anything, it's more traumatic to the person who lives. Oh my god. Wasn't that a part of a oh my god, wait. Wasn't that an American Horror Story? That was like a theme in American Horror Story, I think. Uh wasn't one of the girls like if she fucked you, you died? But she was okay? Like if she came, you died or something like that? In Coven, yes! Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that season in forever. And for God's sakes, wear something black. Yeah, that was wild. I forgot about that. I wonder. She was cool with it. I mean, didn't she like eventually kind of use it? Yeah. I think they just hemorrhaged out though. Like she fucked him and they had an aneurysm. It was sick. Sure. Goblin Love. She's like the first character in the second season, I think. So no worries, no spoilers. Do you like the first season? I really like what is it? Just Haunted House or I can't remember what that one's called. I don't know, season 1 about the haunted house. That one's Murder House. Thank you, Delphinus. That's one of my favorite seasons. I love Murder House. Honestly, I think the seasons for the most part kind of just go down as they go. Like I no spoilers again. I won't spoil any of them because they're decent. But like I didn't like the circus one, and not even just because it was a clown. I just thought it was shittily done. And I didn't like the asylum one. No spoilers. It just gets to a point where I'm like, man, I'm okay. Those were okay, but Murder House was really good. Coven was really good. Roanoke is don't waste your life hours watching Roanoke. I wish I didn't. I literally tried. I restarted the entire season of Roanoke at least 4 times, and I would get like 5 episodes in, forget I was watching it because it's really boring, force myself to do it again. So I've not watched that season once. I've watched it probably like 2.5 times total. It's so fucking terrible. Thank you. It's the worst. And I wanted so bad to like it because I love Lady Gaga, and I do think Lady Gaga is a really good actress. And she's in it. No spoilers. And it's just a womp 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 the whole thing, and you just keep hoping. You're like, oh, it's gonna turn. Like there's gonna be a point where this is gonna get cool. It never does. It's like the last season of Game of Thrones. Like just pretend it doesn't exist and skip that altogether. Very very bad. So bad. Ugh. Ooh, Hotel was really good. I love Hotel. Gaga. Lady Gaga fucking stole the show in Hotel, man. She did. It just got cold. My fan just hit my boobs. Brr. Yeah, Hotel is fucking amazing. And it's got Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates. Is that her name? I'm really bad with names. I might have just named a completely different actress. You know who I'm talking about. Misery. Fried Green Tomatoes. Is it Kathy Bates? Tawanda. Yes, thank you, CJ. God, sometimes I'll guess the right name, but I second guess myself so bad. I'm like, there's no way I fucking pulled that out my ass. I'm so bad with names. No way that was right. Kathy Bates is in it. She's a fucking master. Dude, her in Coven, though. Madame LaLaurie. Show me another actress that could do that part and still be beloved afterwards. Because you got me. Rabid Cyanide, welcome to my channel, welcome to my stream. My name's ClassyKatie. It's fucked up to meet you. Take my breath away with this show my fucked up family today. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I invite you to breath and take your pants off, place your hand by gels and enjoy your time here and stream with pants on fire. I invite you to the same place your goddamn nudie mouth lover. Every hole is golden, yours is golden. One breath, she still got it. Yeah. Tawanda. I have my Tawanda on my wall. It's behind the stream though, but I look at it every day. It's right by a light switch. Tawanda's fried green tomatoes is such a fucking good. One horror show I really love was The Terror. What was The Terror about, Goblin? I don't remember that one. Murder House was great. 1984. 1984 was surprisingly decent. Yes. And so was Cult. Was it just called Cult? Or was that the 1984 one? The one where the dude has blue hair? I was shocked. It wasn't terrible. Not as bad as Roanoke. Nothing is as bad as Roanoke. And I mean, especially like I was living in Baltimore at the time. Like, I love that area. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, like, Virginia, like, let's get this. Let's get some fucking, like, creepy-ass. No. It's just a big yawn. 1984 was the camp. Yep, you're right. It was. That was amazing. I loved it. I really liked the new, what's her name? She's, like, a new regular in the show. She's, Princess Leia's daughter. See, names. Terrible. Carrie Fisher's daughter. I can't remember her name. She's a new regular in the seasons, though, and I fucking adore her. She is so fantastic. She is just liquid actor. She could do any. I have a hard time believing she can't do anything. She's just really good. She's like got all of her mom's talent, but I think minus all the cocaine, maybe. Cole was decent. After the first few episodes, it got way better. Abso-freaking-lutely. The first few, like, I feel like they didn't know where they were going to go with the first few episodes. Also, I think they were making it, like, while Trump was getting voted in and stuff, and so they were kind of shifting pace with that. Billie Lourd, thank you, Lord. Yes. Billie Lourd, yeah, she's also in, God, what was that? There's a movie, it's like a teen beat movie that came out recently. It's like, what is it, Straight A's or fuck. It's about the two nerdy girls that find out that even the fuck ups are going to college. And so they go to a big old party and she's in it. She's fucking hilarious. She plays like an eccentric rich girl who snorts vitamins out of an Altoid can. It's hilarious. It's just pure comedy. And the soundtrack is fucking banging. Oh my god, it's so good. Yes, and I feel exactly the same. Have you checked out the spin-off series of the American Horror Stories? They're pretty hit or miss, but some are great one-off stories. 100% agree with that with that assessment. Absolutely. Like, I watched all of it because some of them were really fucking good, and some of them, like, by the end of the episode, I was like, was that it? Did anything happen? Oh, there's got to be a part 2. No part 2. You know the episodes I'm talking about. There's just a couple where I was like nothing happened. These are one-offs. Like, every episode is kind of a one-off. They kind of connect here and there, but every episode's a one-off. So by the end of the episode, it's got to wrap up, kind of. Nothing. Just, yeah, I felt the same. But there was a couple, and like, there was a couple cute relationships. You know, the little murdery relationships in it are cute, and I like those. The dollhouse one was fucking great and terrifying, but fantastic. Yeah. But like the one where, you know, people like rent, like, what was it? Like, influencers rent the murder house for the night or whatever. That was one of the ones where by the end I was just like, I don't get it. Was there a plot other than murder house? Like, it's always, I don't, I feel like sometimes the writers were really stretching, very similar to Star Wars, to connect everything to a Skywalker. They're like, well, we can do whatever we want because we have CGI and we have, you know, billions and bajillions of dollars, but like Skywalkers, Murder House. You know what I mean? Like, Murder House was great, but it doesn't always have to go back. There was a million different settings we could have, you know, tapped on. I love Murder House, but I think what a lot of people loved about Murder House, myself included, was like the cute little teen romance between what's his fuck and what's her fuck. Was fucking precious. Everybody loved that, like, murder, suicide, Juliet, Romeo and Juliet bullshit thing. Like, that was our jam. And they keep trying to build off Murder House, and that's not in it at all. Like, they've just smothered what we loved about it. It's weird. I don't know. Like, did you not get it? It's like Morbin time. Like, they didn't get it. Lizzie, good morning, love. How are you? Lizzie's with us in spirit all the time. How are you, my love? We're talking about American Horror Story and our favorite and least favorite seasons. Have you seen that? Did you watch that show, Lizzie? You'd probably like it. It's got a lot of strange. Yeah, the dollhouse one was scary. Do you remember? Did anyone watch Are You Afraid of the Dark when you were a youth? Rod, there's a couple amazing seasons after the Witches season. I'll have to go through them and look at them, but I'll tell you which ones that, in my opinion, I think you'd really like. Because there's some seasons that are just like really good, like they're horror or, like Hotel. You would fucking love Hotel. Please watch Hotel. Off the top of my head, that would be your favorite season. Hunter, it's just horror at its core. It's great. It's like easily one of the best seasons in my opinion. And not just because Lady Gaga's in it, but she does a fantabulous job. I saw the episode where someone's arm got cut off and they were fucking in a medical chair. Oh, that's hot. I don't know what season that was, but it sounds like American Horror Story. Right, Sirska? Okay, do you remember the episode where I don't know if it had to do with a dollhouse or not, but you would let the girl like looked in a mirror and saw all her pretty toys and like her dollhouse in the background and she'd get like sucked into the mirror world and was kind of a doll? Are You Afraid of the Dark fucked me up. There were a couple episodes that to this day, like, my fear of deep, dark water is because of that episode where the kid, like, drowns in the pool because that weird, like, black inky shit comes up from drains and drowns children. Anybody remember that episode? Can't swim in deep, dark water just because of that. Shit was so fucking, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark was horror. That shit was scary. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. It was so scary. Hotel, seriously, Rod, you'll love it. It's great. Like, I don't want to spoil any of it for you because the way it opens up, you'll have no idea what like the theme of it is. But it's so well done. Like, it's not. There are some seasons where it's like they have a theme and then they just like introduce, blah blah blah, and you're like, what the fuck though? And then they wrap it up. Like they introduce it 2 episodes until the end, and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm what? Whereas I think Hotel is just like it's so congruent, it's so well done. Oh, it's just it's a masterpiece. Kathy Bates. It's just so good. I have to rewatch Hotel now. Thank you all for doing that to me. The TikTok link? Absolutely. Which one? The
Death by snooze, death.
or the shitting. Sorry, that was so loud. With the vampires in the hospital? Yes. Fuck off. That honestly, when I first became a medical professional, I was terrified of night shift for about 50 seconds because I was like, but what if? And night shift is kind of scary, to be fair. Empty hospitals are always creepy. I turned the volume down. I apologize. That was really loud. The snoo, I got it for you, boo. I have them both still up. They're great. Aw, dude. Glut beat me. Oh, my link is so long anyways. Fuck off. Glut can keep it. No, thank you. Wow, that was huge. Thank you, Glut. The end of the Jumanji actually really scared me as a kid. The end, when everything like sucks back into the board game, it's supposed to be happy, but it fucked me up. Then finishing the game and being kids again, the whole film terrified me hard. It scared me too, but I love that movie so much. It scared me in like a way that I like it. And I'm sure you know what I mean. Like there's things that scare you and ruin you, like Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then there's things that like you kind of like it, so you keep doing it a little. And that's that for me. I can't think what's another one. There's a couple movies like that are just like obviously make me uncomfortable, but I keep going back for something. I loved Tales from the Crypt. Oh my god, Kelty, I loved it. I haven't seen many episodes of Tales from the Crypt because again, didn't have TV as when I was mostly a kid. But when I was really, really, really young, before my dad died, he would like pass out drunk on the couch at night, and I would get up and go downstairs, and he would just have like the Sci-Fi Channel on, and he'd be passed out, and I'd sit on the ground right in front of the TV, much like the little poltergeist child, and just watch whatever it was, which is how I got exposed to the movie It and Poltergeist and Tales from the Crypt and a lot of things I probably shouldn't have seen when I was really, really young. But yeah, I liked Tales from the Crypt. I always thought the Crypt Keeper was funny. But that one episode, it was like a cannibal episode where they were like cutting up people from the town, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's the best meat we've ever had in the world." That one still makes me like sick to my stomach. Creepy shit. The Watcher's Woods episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Wait, which one was The Watcher's Woods? Remind me of that one, Sirska. I might not have seen that one. I tried rewatching them as an adult and they still scare me. I can't do it. There was also that episode with the eggs under the private school and some weird eldritch thing that oh yes, brainwashing the kids to care for the eggs. I do remember that one. That one was scary. Dolls have always creeped me out. My mom collects like little porcelain dolls and puts them up on the wall and shit. She has porcelain dolls that apparently look like my sister and I hate them. They just are so creepy. And she always puts them in the guest room where I sleep when I visit. And I'm just like, why? If you don't even want to look at them, can we keep them out of the room I sleep in, maybe? Like, maybe get rid of them if you don't want to look at them. Please? Girl inherits her uncle's cursed pawn shop. They have to go on missions to retrieve the item as it's killing people. Ugh. Oh, old show. Probably date myself as they should As they should remake was the Friday the 13th TV show. I don't even remember that one. Friday the 13th TV show? When was that? I feel like I would have seen that, just at least hunted it down. Yes, Chucky. Chucky I didn't like. It didn't, like... Chucky scared me, but it didn't make me afraid of dolls. Whereas, like, I saw It, like the movie It, when I was, like, 5 or something, and I will shank a clown. Like, don't come at me with clown nonsense. I will harm you. And it will be self-defense, you clown fuck. That ruined me. I still remember most of the episode where the kids get stuck in the pinball game. I remember that one. That one scared the fuck out of me, mostly because I can't stand all the loud noises. That was like my own personal hell. Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 9. My babysitter made me watch it. It's because she loved Johnny Depp. That's cruel and unusual. She knows you sleep there and leave sooner. No. The dark freaks me out. It was the one where 3 Girl Scouts got lost in the forest and they needed to find the whistles. Oh! That wasn't the one where there was, like, the girls in the woods being turned into wolves and sacrificed, right? I don't think so. That was one where it was, like, young girl models. Like, the lady would take them into the woods for a photo shoot or something and turn them into a wolf and then slit their throat. That was Are You Afraid of the Dark, right? But I don't think that was the same one. I think I'm remembering a different woods one. I remember the one you're talking about. I'm just crossing them because I haven't seen them in so long. Same, Jackie. I'm hard there. No, can't with that. Also terrified of birds because of the movie Birds. You know what movie fucked me up? I can't even remember if it was called Slugs, but it was literally a knockoff of Birds. But people would wake up or they'd be like fucking and then they'd like separate bodies and be covered in slugs that were just eating them from the inside out. It has always made me mildly uncomfortable about a slug crawling on my skin. And like in the spring, running across wet grass to go to the trampoline was a fucking terrifying. I don't know if it was Slither because it came out when I was like in elementary school. I think Slither is a little bit newer than that. But it might have been. How old is Slither? Oh, Jackie, it was so fucking gross. So fucking gross. And of course, it's always while they're like on the shitter or fucking. It's like the most. You're always got to be naked, like in the swimming in the beautiful lake at the cabin, and then you get out of the lake and slugs are eating your pussy or something. It's always where you're most vulnerable. It's so creepy. Okay, so it wasn't Slither then, because I graduated high school in 2006. Not to date myself either way, but it came out when I was really, really young. It was terrible, terrible quality. The Crimson Clown episode fucked me up. Oh, yeah. Crimson Clown. Like, I don't even think I made it through Crimson Clown because I had already been afraid of clowns for many years before that. American Werewolf in London at 11. I didn't see that until I was older, thank fuck. That is still just kind of a creepy movie. Just the graphics, like the slimy werewolf transformation shit is enough to like... Did anybody see Ginger Snaps when they were young? Youthful? Those aren't too old. Those are like late 90s, early 2000s at best. But there was like Ginger Snaps 2, Ginger Snaps again, Ginger Snaps her sister. I don't know. There was a couple. But those were so good. Those are movies that make me highly uncomfortable because of the amount of like gooey fucking gore. But I still go back and I love them and I watch them a lot. I haven't seen them in a bit, but I love them. Like Ginger is just a fucking nut. And fuck, dude, she was a queen. The transformation scene in Werewolf in London is still top tier, 100%. Like, as an adult, I love to watch it, and I love to, like, because I like SFX makeup, like, looking at the skill they were putting into shit like that could get wet and not melt back then is pretty fucking impressive. Ginger Snaps is fantastic. All of them were really good, honestly. Like, I think the second one's probably the least of the three, would you say? Just because the younger sister's kind of like, you want some blueberry condoms, they make your junk smell like pie. If you know what I mean. Guys, I want to go see if Zach's awake because I think he has drop frames today. Is drop frames happening today? And I just want to make sure he's alive. So I think we should take a break, just in case. I don't know. But I want to make sure he's okay, because I don't know if he canceled that or whatever. I might have just fucking quoted Juno. That's the same girl. Did you know that? Ginger's little sister is, there is no DF. Okay, cool. I think we still need to take a break anyways, and I need to pee. I'll go make sure he's alive. He is alive. Y'all saw my picture I tweeted. I proved. He's fine. What was that? Weird. Where's my shit? All right. You proved he has nipples. Doesn't your husband have nipples, ma'am? I don't know. I didn't see him live yesterday. I'm going to go make sure just in case. I don't want to be. But drop frames is for sure off. Even if JP's back, it's for sure off. Okay. Just making sure. I just want to make, because, we all sleep through our alarms. In the Company of Wolves had the most unnerving transformations. In the Company of Wolves, I think I saw that one. Was there anyone in it I would recognize? That sounds so familiar. I think I've seen that one. Okay, JP's still away. No drop frames today. Thank you, Bowles. I appreciate that update. I'm going to go pee. Every couple of hours, we take a break. I suggest you stand up and stretch your legs and get some circulation and get some coffee and load a bowl and do whatever you need to do. And we can continue our Lego builds. Why do I have this serial killer look in your eyes on Twitter pics, Katie? Whatever do you mean? How many kills makes it serial? Is my question.